You didn't ask me for child support.
No.
But I will say I did think you were stupid.
Why? Because I didn't take it?
Girl, I was like, girl, if the position was switched, I'd have been like, you better cut a check. Hey friends, it's me, Karamo. Welcome back to another episode of Co-Parenting Unlocked. I'm here with my son's mother, Stephanie. Hey! We've been having great conversations about how to co-parent based on what we did and trying to give y'all advice. So one of the things we want to talk about right now is we know that finances, money, child support is an issue.
Right.
And we navigated that very well.
We did.
So one of the things is that Stephanie didn't ask me for back child support. You didn't ask me for money. You didn't never put child support.
No.
You never did any of that stuff.
I didn't want the money. Let me just say that. This was a time before the internet.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if folks know the story behind us. So we were separated. Karamo was sent to live in Florida and I stayed in Texas. As a matter of fact, one day I'm on the TV scrolling, I see a familiar face. And I'm like, oh my God, there he is. I have been looking for you.
Yeah.
So what I did was I filed child support in an effort to just locate
So
you.
I thought the state had did it when you did it.
No.
You went up there?
Listen, I initiated it, yes.
I never knew this. You
I
just got
did.
something brand new.
Come on, I
always
did.
thought that this was the state. I've told this story a million times that Stephanie did not come after me. The state came after
But let's add this, okay? Because there's more to the story.
So
There's more.
Okay,
more.
okay.
Let me land. It's a little turbulent right now. Let me land. I'm coming. Wait. So what happened was, which y'all know, and I don't know if it's state specific or not, but in Texas, when you file for food stamps or Medicaid, which is the insurance through the state, they ask you, well, you want us to help you? Where's your baby daddy? Basically.
Of course, yeah.
And so if you don't give up this information, we're less inclined to help you. Right.
Got it.
So I, in my clever thinking in my young mind, was like, I don't want no child support, but I would love to see my son's dad. I wanted to locate you.
Now that makes sense because when I got contacted through the state and hadn't talked to you, didn't know where you were, didn't know any of that stuff, literally for me, it was given to me that you were not asking for child support. The state, that's what I was informed.
Well, that's what happened.
That's what, yes.
Yeah.
Now that makes sense. Now we're landing. So it's still similar.
Yeah.
You went in for the benefits.
I went in to,
Receive
I wanted
the
them
benefits.
people to locate you, period. I was not seeking
the money.
child support, I promise to God.
You were seeking the benefits from the state, but you weren't seeking child support.
No.
Well, I will tell you this, and this has been something that we've never talked about, because you didn't ask me for child support.
No.
And when I did come into Jason's life, I stepped up immediately.
Yes,
I started giving money. I took custody.
Yes,
you know what I mean? With
did.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So like, there was no lag time of like, let's not giving help.
Yeah.
But I will say, I did think you were stupid.
Why? Because I didn't take it?
Girl, I was like, girl, if the position was switched, I'd have been like, you better cut a check. You better check a check. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, now, I'd like try to drop you money anytime I have money. I always be like, here's some money.
Yeah.
Take your money. You know what I mean? And even I was taking full custody of the kids.
You did. You always did.
But and initially, I was like, she not gonna come. She not gonna come.
Like she done.
I mean, now, as an adult, I will tell you this. I think that allowed our young minds to be able to figure out how to co-parent because there wasn't a stress of the money.
Right.
Because I don't think we would have been able to navigate those conversations and it could have caused resentment or issues.
Exactly.
So maybe in your naivete, it was for the best because we didn't have finances to complicate things.
Yeah. And we didn't, but I'm gonna tell you, you are on a quick ascension. You were going up and like, digging into your career and opportunities were presenting
I used to say to you all the time, I used to be like, have a baby by me, baby, be a millionaire. I used to say that all the time.
And you know how I translated that? Like make your own, like you'll make a way from being this close to someone so driven and so successful, you'll find your own way. In my mind, it was reunite me with my childhood love that we had a baby, but I wanted you. It was never about the money. You are like Karamo. You don't need the money to be you. Like you are the money. You are it. So I wanted our son to like, be with his dad.
I said it, girl.
Do you know how many women told me how stupid I was though for not filing on you?
Girl,
a lot.
I would have told you the same thing.
What? You ain't gonna do it.
I keep it real, and y'all know that. It's like I give advice to the women on my show,
Yeah.
and I give advice to the men as well, but I keep it very real. And the advice that I give them, I always say is advice that I would either say or do in my own life. Yeah. So that's why I'm like, yeah, girl, if you would have came on my show, and me and you would have been the guests, I would have given you the advice of file. I would have given it to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, for our relationship, and this is not true for everyone, I think it worked out the best.
I do too.
And not because I wouldn't have paid, because I'm responsible and those things.
Paid, yeah.
But I think what would have happened was, I think that it would have I think people would have gotten in our heads. Yeah. Because one of the things that people have always said, and I've heard this before, and we always have to defend, Stephanie didn't come after me because I was on TV.
Never did.
She never came. This was way before TV. I had no money. People think like you came around because of money.
No.
This girl ain't never asked me for nothing. She don't come around me for nothing. She don't ever she's never said, can you buy me some groceries? You have never once said, put some gas, nothing. Nothing.
Yeah.
You haven't.
No.
I can't remember a time that you've ever done that.
No.
You have never said, I've helped out because I love you on my own accord when I've seen things.
Yeah.
But you have never begged. You have never asked. You have never demanded.
I've never wanted from nobody. Like, in life in general, I've never wanted from somebody to take care or to give. I never felt that entitlement. Mm-hmm. Again, coming from a place where we work for everything that we had, I always just respected and admire you. Look at my friend from the same hood as I am, grinding for his position and making his money. I felt like I wasn't with you shooting in the gym. Yeah. Why I get to scoop in and try to take some money from you?
I'll tell you this. I got a different opinion.
Tell me what.
I think part of the thing that I think in co-parenting situations that the pride can get in the way, because I think that's pride.
Is it?
You just said I wasn't there to make it, but whatever, I'm not gonna ask for it. And for me, you would have had full authority because as co-parents, your security means the security of our child.
Can I tell you something further, Karamo?
Yeah.
From a place of a fear of abandonment. I had been without you for a long time. And it was times when I was struggling and I probably should have spoken up and said something, but I didn't tell you. But I never wanted you to think that I was money motivated or after something. I wanted your presence and I was happy that we were reunited.
I would have never thought that. That's the crazy part. I would never thought that you was money because you've never given that. You've never given that. You never given that with dudes you dated. You've never given that. You've never given I'm about this money, I'm about this stuff. And I was like, you should be.
Yeah,
you should be.
And that's what I'm talking about. That strict and that you were talking about, being more stable, making those type of decisions. I wasn't there.
You wasn't there.
To ask me today.
Okay.
You want to give me some money? You can give me some money now. If you want to give me back pay, we don't have to tell nobody. You can give me some money now.
I say, girl, have faith about me. I'm gonna make you a millionaire, girl. I'm gonna make you a millionaire, girl. Don't worry about it.
I'll take that. Thank you.
So what type of advice would you give to a woman out there who's maybe running into a wall when it comes to finances with their co-parent, their child's father?
I would say speak up. Just like what we just witnessed here, it was definitely a lack of communication between us and maybe a small pride issue where we could have overcame some small difficulties, some small things easily. Yeah. So I would say definitely to speak up.
Yeah.
And if you need to file child support, file it.
Yeah.
File it on them. If you need that and you're not, getting back, it was easy with us because the same as I was not being money motivated, you were definitely motivated to jump in, like you said, as a father. And so that's what really made it so
in
easy.
That way. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have to give you instructions on what he needs or what not. You offered, you took care of him. It was crystal clear that you was, stepping in and taking care of business. So it was no need to.
Yeah, I think you're right. Having that conversation is something, and I think you got to make sure that you're not having that conversation in anger or ego.
Right, exactly.
Because that's where people start feeling like, you know what, now, you're just trying to come after me, you're doing something. And that's why I said, the way you navigated, unfortunately, was naive, but it did allow me to feel like there's no ego or anger here. And so it made me just want to make sure that I always stepped up for you and that you always knew that you never had to worry about. I remember when school would come around, I was like, you don't ask your mother for nothing. I was like, you come to me, and that's it. Because I was like, she's not ever coming to me, so you don't need to go to her. You come to me. Yeah. It's like to remove the stress. You know what I mean?
And it did.
Yeah.
It helped majorly. Again, it just felt good to know that, hey, I got a real father. My son has a dad. Yeah. For sure. That's going to be there and take care of business.
Yeah. But I think having that conversation is important. And maybe, I guess the real advice is maybe suggesting invite someone in who's a third party, not a parent, not a brother or sister, but somebody who can help you out talk about finances without the ego. Yeah. And if you find yourself talking about finances and somebody's getting angry, don't settle it right then and there.
Yeah.
Because if you try to settle something in anger, you're never going to do it for the benefit of the kid. And at the end of the day, it's for the benefit of the kid.
Exactly.
But also, again, like I said, It should have been for the benefit of you as well.
Yeah,
You should
well,
have been
I
for the
appreciate
benefit.
that.
It should have been.
I want to just say this too also. I don't think it's fair when the parent, and in some instances, most of them, it's like the mother has custody or whatever, the kids are primarily with the mom. I don't think it's fair to be using kids as leverage either. Like, you know, this money is supposed to be used for the children. I don't believe in like your hair and nails. You got a boyfriend or somewhere. You need to be using the money on the kid.
So when are the actions going to start lining up?
Like when I paid my last child support payment.
Yeah.
You don't want me to be that new person. You're stuck on the person I used to be.
I'm crazy for you
you
to
don't
be that
want
new
me to be
person.
that new person.
You know I
So
keep
why
it open
didn't
with you.
you-
You know I keep the relationship open. You know I don't cut her off from talking to you.
So I want
you
you to
know
tell me
tell
right
her,
now.
call
Hold on one
daddy.
second. Let me tell y'all something. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. And that's one thing that you have never done. I have given you money and you ain't never again did a hair, a nail, a thing. You was always like, this is going towards the kids.
Oh, yeah.
Always. That's always been your priority.
Oh, yeah.
Always, 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 always.
Yeah, always will. I mean, unless you just want to give me some money, I'll take that. But
Yeah,
when it goes
Girl,
to
what
our
you want me to
kids,
get you?
yeah.
I get you ask something
I
after this.
know,
What you
look,
want? What
I'm
you
just
want,
talking
girl?
stuff, but yeah,
Girl, what
come
you want
in,
after
been a
this? See the
supporter
prize
friend.
today. I
A
just asked her
purse.
what she want. Okay.
Shoes, purse. I'm
Okay.
Just, yeah, it's
Done.
fine.
Done.
What?
Done.
For all the years of not asking.
Yeah, done. We'll
You
post
come
a
in.
picture on Instagram very soon.
What? With the
Duh.
shoes on?
You want shoes
What?
and bag.
Y'all heard this, witnesses. Y'all.
You know I'm a
didn't do
man
it.
of my word,
He gonna
girl.
do it,
Okay, you know
y'all.
I'm a man of my word,
He
girl.
gonna
You
do
know
it.
I'm a
He
man
gonna
of my word. You want it, you get it, okay? All right, so I want y'all to tell me, when it comes to co-parenting and finances, what do you think the best way is to communicate? You heard how we communicated. Tell us what your thoughts are.
On the next Co-Parenting Unlocked.
Your ex came to drop him off, and that
Yeah,
one little
that
white
was him,
car
yeah.
came out. He came out there and he told me that you had said, hey, listen, this is our friendship, this is what it's gonna be, and we gotta stay strong for the
Yes,
kids. And he
yes.
was like, I don't care what she say, I see you. And like as if like he thought that I was gonna do something.
Are you
and got
serious?
up in my face like he wanted to fight me. This in front of my sister's house.
What?
This from my
You
sister's
never
house.
told me that.
Because I wasn't about, again, me telling you that was to cause more drama in your house, which would have caused more
Wow.
drama in our children's house.
Wow.